today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Brees and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Carson Wentz and the Tennessee Titans.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the all-time leader in terms of passing yards in NFL history, their 41-year-old quarterback, Drew Brees. Brees now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Chase Claypool, incomplete.
Now Brees on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On play action. Now Brees. He's got him in. Complete. Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brees. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. Brees. Complete. Jefferson to target. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Vita Vea on the stop. A gain of a yard on the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brees. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
That's good for a Minnesota Vikings.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
They run with Taylor. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Again, the ball carrier.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Chase Claypool with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former number 2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Wentz now on 1st down. A quick pass to Cup.
Wentz's pass.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Titans nothing.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. Kenneth Murray on the coverage.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, a nifty juke there. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Carson Wentz.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
Complete to Zach Ertz.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Third down. And
they'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage. Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles. So
what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
First and 10, Taylor now. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Number 20. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easy.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From midfield, here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Here's Breeze to throw. Ertz over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
To Zach Ertz. It's a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 12-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU, and Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him is the ability to play the ball in the air, and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Darrington Evans with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who is open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Christian Fulton, the rookie, picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now Gold for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Then he finds Danny Amendola. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Wentz now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Hunt. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play.
Another nice job there defensively. They've had it bottled up throughout this game. They used their scouting really well, but they've executed even better throughout this game. Their job now, don't relax, and all of a sudden, give them a chance to break off a big one.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. It's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. A touchdown right there for Phillip Lindsay. From there, we head down the turnpike to see what's happening with the Eagles at home in Philadelphia. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's letting this one go for 4. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there.
Jonathan Taylor.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brought down by Anthony Walker. No gain on the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Breeze on third down.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you'd throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. Over the middle, it's Amendola.
Wentz's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing now is Wentz. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36.
Shotgun now for Breeze.
Well, this will be caught by Mooney.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll drop this down to Taylor.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Wentz going to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Titans.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run again with Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. This will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Taylor. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Taylor.
And a roll past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Taylor. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Taylor. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 30. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The give to Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Gold on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So It's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Over first and 10.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On first down, Wentz. That one is caught by Hunt. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And now it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he is going to get this close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the Titans' 22. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Makes the score Vikings 27, Titans nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs.
And he will take this one home. That's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gold to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
at their own 21-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wentz. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
Wentz's pass.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Here's Wentz to throw. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Looking sideline, incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Smith on the coverage.
Wentz to throw again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Fuller. 7 yards to pick up there. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Titans 3.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Minnesota, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.